Alright guys, Forsaken just did more than we thought, with highly anticipated features, major lobby changes, an old collab becoming obtainable again, and much more. Let's get into it! As we get closer and closer to Azure's release, Forsaken has started dropping even more sneak peeks, and some of them give us our best look yet at what this update is actually going to include. One of the biggest reveals comes from Azure's official render, which was created by Cacklebox. Alongside the render is a quote that reads, "Was the second life worth it?" Many players believe this is a direct reference to Time betraying Azure. Looking at the render itself, Azure appears like he's directly staring into Time's soul, almost as if he's ready to get revenge after everything that happened. The pose has also caught the attention of many players, with some pointing out that it looks very similar to Coolkid's newer render. Both characters share a nearly identical stance. A lot of people definitely were hyped to see this render, with some already calling it one of the best renders Forsaken has ever produced. However, that wasn't the only thing revealed. We also got to see several unused concept renders that were originally considered for Azure's character card. While these versions ultimately didn't make it into the game, they still give us a look at the different directions Forsaken considered taking with the character. Many players feel that all of them looked great and easily could have worked as the final card. Even though they weren't chosen, it's always interesting to see the development process behind a character this important. Beyond Azure himself, we also got a brand new look at the lobby that will arrive with the update. Near the beach area, you can see a brand new extension that appears to be dedicated to the Spawn cult. At the back of this section is a small hut, while coffins have been scattered around the lobby. Azure's influence has spread everywhere, with massive tentacles now covering large portions of the lobby. Just like how Nosferatu switched up the entire atmosphere for his release. Some players are already speculating that the graveyard area could be connected to unlocking Azure. If that's true, it may mean players have to complete some sort of quest rather than simply purchasing him outright. While many people like the idea of an interactive unlock method, others are hoping it won't end up being another Jane Doe situation, as those quests were known for causing problems and occasionally bugging out. Still, it would be a much more memorable way to unlock the character. Finally, Forsaken also revealed a brand new accessibility feature that many players have wanted for a long time. A lot of Forsaken modded games have this feature, which is the visual terror radius is now coming. Instead of relying entirely on sound, there is a heart icon appear on their survivor. As the killer gets closer, the heart will beat faster and visually change, giving players a clear indication that danger is nearby. Some players are already saying this will become one of the most useful settings in the entire game. Others jokingly claim it will be paid to win, even though it's literally just an accessibility feature. Many players believe it will make looping easier and improve the overall experience for a huge portion of the community. Just from these sneak peeks alone, it's clear that Azure's arrival is shaping up to be much bigger than many players originally expected. What are you looking forward to most in the Azure update? It has now been almost an entire year since players last received any meaningful update regarding the narrator skin. For those who don't remember, this was originally an event-exclusive skin in Forsaken that could only be earned by obtaining a badge through the TDS collaboration event and completing the showstopper on hard mode. At the time, many players rushed to unlock it because they thought it would never return. However, it was later announced that the skin would eventually become obtainable again through a badge, giving players who missed the original event another opportunity to earn it. Since then, players have been waiting for more information, and now that TDS Hardcore mode has finally released, to get the skin we now have to complete Hardcore mode. The problem is that Hardcore mode is insanely difficult. Even high-level players with hundreds of hours in TDS are struggling to complete it. Some players are reporting that you need to spend countless hours grinding towers, upgrades, and have a good loadout just to have a chance of beating it. Because of this, many Forsaken players are starting to question whether making the narrator skin a badge reward was actually the right decision. There are several reasons why this challenge feels much harder than the original Showstopper event. First, players are no longer given specific loadouts to help them complete the mode, meaning they must grind for and unlock their own towers. Second, finding a reliable group is practically required, as hardcore mode is extremely difficult to complete solo, but if you have got many days on the game, it's doable. For many people, this means starting from scratch in an entirely different game just to earn a single skin. Because of how difficult hardcore mode has become, some players have suggested moving the requirement to Void Core instead, which is generally considered a more reasonable challenge. Others feel that the current requirement will simply discourage players from trying at all. With how much grinding is involved, it seems likely that far fewer people will unlock the skin than originally expected. Personally, as someone who doesn't play TDS, I don't see myself getting the narrator skin anytime soon. LOL. Was making the narrator skin a badge reward really worth it? One of the most impressive concepts we've seen so far is based on the amazing Digital Circus. Professor Me recently revealed a Kain-inspired Noli skin called Ringmaster, and many players already think it would be one of the best crossover skins Forsaken could ever add. The concept starts off with a custom intro animation where Kain appears to be getting abstracted before suddenly snapping back and announcing, "Let's get the show on the road." The skin would reportedly cost 1,957 points, which is another reference hidden within the concept itself. What really makes this skin stand out, though, is the amount of effort put into the animations. Instead of Noli's usual Void Star, Bubbles takes its place throughout the skin. During the idle animation,
Genuinely bad.
while his run animation has him charging forward with his cane as he rushes towards survivors. His M1 attack uses both Bubbles and the cane to smack players, while Nova launches Bubbles directly at a survivor before causing an explosion. The concept goes even further with unique animations for Void Rush, Observant, and even being stunned. If Kain misses a rush and collides with a wall, he angrily shouts in frustration. His slam animation includes custom sound effects that fit the theme perfectly, and the kill animation literally sends the survivor into the void. Also, even a death animation was added, for once a killer skin is getting this animation, so this already makes it the most unique skin in Forsaken. To finish everything off, the outro has Kain telling the player that they failed, making it feel like a complete skin package from beginning to end. Professor Me didn't stop there either. Alongside Ringmaster Noli, they also created several other amazing Digital Circus-inspired concepts, including Palmy Noob, Spudsy's Elliot, Kinger 007 Gummy Chance, Zubal Guest, Ribbons to Time, and even an Abstraction John Doe skin. Players have been extremely excited about these concepts, with many saying they would love to see an official crossover happen someday. Well, Forsaken would likely need approval from Glitch Productions and Gooseworks before anything like this could happen. The amount of support these concepts are receiving shows that there is definitely interest in an amazing Digital Circus collaboration. Treadstone is now close to being finished, with music production and finalization on both sides reportedly coming to an end. This means the skin is finally getting much closer to actually releasing inside Forsaken. What makes this even more interesting is that Treadstone apparently isn't the only skin involved anymore either. Several older Survivor skins that were previously shop exclusive are now returning as badge exclusive rewards connected to BattleBricks chapters. These include Turking Shedletsky, Deathbringer Guest 1337, Warhead Taff, and Luckroll Chance. Instead of simply buying these skins from the shop again, players will now reportedly be able to unlock them for free by completing different chapter badges within BattleBricks itself. A lot of players think this was probably the original intention from the beginning, making these collab skins feel more rewarding and unique instead of just rare-leasing them normally inside Forsaken. So Forsaken just did more than we thought for this update. What else could we see come soon? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening.